Thanks, John. Hello again. Yeah, it's a bit of a mixed offering again for this week, but one trend is very clear. It's going to stay very mild, if not warm, for much of the week. Actually, I heard Alan Titchmarsh mention on Gardener's World that the first hard frost of the autumn seems to be getting later and later, and there's absolutely no prospects of any frost through this next 5 or 6 days. That's because we'll keep winds coming in from a very mild south or southeasterly direction. Quite strong at times, those winds, but always keeping those temperatures pretty high by day, but also by night. Now, those winds coming in around an area of low pressure that's really going to stick around out in the Atlantic, so keeping fairly well to the west of the UK, while we get an area of high pressure sneaking in towards the east. And that's always going to be close enough, I think, to keep many of us in a fairly dry pattern for most of the week. In fact, I think particularly in the midweek, many of us staying quite dry with a reasonable amount of sunshine as well. But it's been anything but dry so far across Northern Ireland. That heavy rain now beginning to set in as well across southern Scotland. It'll extend further northwards as the afternoon goes on, really turning quite wet here. But at the same time, the heavy rain over northern England tending to edge away, but staying quite dull and gloomy down through Wales, southwestern parts of England. The only real chance of any brightness across the southeast there, which is where we'll see the highest temperatures. Not as warm as yesterday, but still managing 20 degrees. And everywhere those temperatures still a few degrees above the seasonal norm. Through tonight, we'll tend to lose that heavier rain, pushing away towards the north. But by the end of the night, through into tomorrow, the next band of pretty wet weather starts to move in from the Atlantic. And that's going to bring a wet day for all of us during tomorrow. Western areas starting the day wet, but that rain will sweep eastwards as the day goes on. So we'll all catch some rain eventually. Quite slow to clear, I think, from northern England, Scotland, but turning showery and a bit brighter behind it from the west. Still those temperatures on the high side, as they will be into Tuesday. And by then, we start to lose a lot of the rain, just really western areas that pick up a few showery outbreaks. The further east you are, the better the chance of staying dry. And then by Wednesday, well, there's those temperatures picking up once again. Could well be seeing 20 degrees here and there through the Midlands into southern England, 17 to 19 further north, and all brought about by those fairly brisk south to southeasterly winds. This weather system, though, just beginning to nudge in from the southwest, so eventually bringing a few showers in here. But for most of us, Wednesday is really pretty much the guaranteed dry day of the week. Towards the end of the week, though, begins to turn a little bit more unsettled again from the southwest. We start to see those outbreaks of rain pushing in as that weather system just nudges a little bit closer. So again, by the end of the week, western areas seeing a bit more in the way of rain. And that's you.